satire to the already immovably concrete face of modern Britain. I'm Andy, I bench 480, and I can crack a machine in half just by looking at it. Can I? Well, what is reality anymore? Anyway. Alice, what do you bench?
I bench body weights.
Right.
Well, not my body weight.
Okay.
Body weight of a baby.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to give that kind of detail. Just
it's very impressive.
Weight.
People look at me and go, where did you get that baby?
Yeah. You are listening to The Bud.
In this week's Truth News, according to an official poll, 98% of Londoners are...
Auto drive.
The CTOS, and I am not sure that I agree with this, Andy. I don't think 98% of Londoners have ever in the history of London ever agreed on anything. You could not get 98% of Londoners to agree that oxygen was better than breathing a fog of raw liquid feces. And they expect us to believe that everyone agrees CTOS is better than not choking on shit mist.
I mean, maybe they just meant 98% of one specific Londoner who bought shares in Bloom before its tentacles grew into every crevice of the country. I mean, this is not just any old poll. We should say that. This is not any poll. This is an official poll, right from the very heart of government. It's not a knockoff fake poll of an.
Hello, what's up, stream.
This is an official poll.
We are
so let's put those words official
and
poll
we are
through
playing
online translation in case you didn't.
We are joined by today in the Dubai. Editing Game Cap, also joined by Greenwood.
They could publish
from my previous videos.
Over 99.9%.
And we are joined by the one and only. Let's give a round of applause for the legendary Calvin.
All ice cream and would prefer to eat a bucket of gravel mixed with dead badger.
I'm very tempted to take about what I said.
An official poll saying that 10 out of 10 cats prefer cat food to being whacked with a tennis racket.
I didn't do anything.
Have gone vegan and were queuing up outside Wimbledon meowing, choose me, choose me.
I trust these polls as much as I trust someone recommending a movie that they watched during a breakup.
Someone's inside!
Your judgment is impaired, Sally.
I'm back. Hello?
I'll make my
Hello,
own
Calvin.
I trust those polls.
Well, I have to read through the intro.
Mary Kelly, if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you've just won a free
What's
holiday
up, guys? Yes, I'm live.
in the back of this windowless van."
Sure.
I think official polls are like the unsolicited.
What's up, first time? We're back from the awesome actually. We're joined by Evan who's in game chat. We're joined by Greenwood who's playing a watch.
And anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match.
And then we're joined by the one and only, the legendary. Everyone put your hands together for Calvin.
The plumbing in London was good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, well, we have this technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement. There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Speaking of media drones, I mean, they're everywhere. Clearly.
Hey, Calvin, you got anything to say as I go to my next question?
Unsubscribe to her. Let's have some more.
Oi!
It's a joke.
Moral compass, but it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in showbiz. Look at me here.
Unsubscribe.
Windowless dungeon. I'm in showbiz, and it's terrible for me. All these drones knowing I'm being filmed all the time, every day. I have to make sure I've done my hair.
I can't be bothered to drive, but you know what? Just because I want to
drive now disabled.
I cannot deal with overdrive being slow.
Cameras, I'm not sure whether they'll put the new ones on top of the old ones, just cameras watching other cameras like a social media influencer so self-absorbed.
Why are you whispering?
Without turning into monetized content.
Who?
I think that's the
you.
end of all society, isn't it? Where just everything is just
Who else would be whispering right now?
I've just given up on
That wasn't me.
news and reality now.
Calvin, we can hear you.
In fact, I now just make up.
You're
my
not
own
really good at
news.
whispering.
These days I get a piece of paper and a pen. Remember them?
Oh, well,
Pens, those were the days.
you're not very
And I'll
good with
just write
hearing.
down the headlines I want to read. I'll just start on a newspaper. Look, here I've got today. If you point at the bird shit on your car window and say it's a currency, no one can tell you otherwise. Bilderberg karaoke night. That's right.
Well then, Nico do something.
PM announces Britain back on track after.
Hi, Evan Loma.
Slap her in the ass.
Anyway, yeah,
Alex is streaming,
I'm live. Evan!
I don't care.
Language. Yes, I just Captain America you. How do you
Do I
feel?
care that you're streaming? No.
Yes, you should.
With your 3 viewers.
We don't talk about that.
Do you actually have 3 viewers?
No, I got none.
Exactly. Calvin, say the N-word.
Bring up some people? No. No.
Hang on, I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, you'll get banned.
I wanna get
You're not
also
gonna get
banned.
demonetized, are you? Calvin just gets to monetize himself. Like life just demonetizes Calvin.
No.
Yeah, but no, remember, PlayStation monitors the chats.
No, they don't.
Yes,
No, they
do.
don't.
You think they're gonna get 1 million people to listen into PlayStation parties all day?
Yes.
No, they're not. That's stupid. They'll literally go bankrupt. Do you know how many parties there are going on at one time? There's
10.9
millions and
million.
millions of players. Yeah? They're not gonna-
Technically, if you go for the recent list of people moving to Xbox, because of the dumb kids.
What they're saying is they're saying that people can record it and send it into PlayStation, so they can get them banned. They're not listening into our parties.
You never know. We don't know that.
Oh my.
He just
Do you
told
wanna-
you.
Do you want to go to Sony and look at... They're not going to have a call centre, or whatever the fuck it is, full of millions of people listening to parties. They would go bankrupt.
Would they? Depends.
Yes. Because what's the minimum wage, like? £8 something?
£8.
Exactly. And there's millions of parties. They're not going to pay £8 million an hour just to have some people listening to some kids talking to each other.
It's like some kids just on like playing Fortnite.
Like, oh my god, Buck's like a fish.
Like,
Yeah,
how
like, if
dumb
you-
are you, Alex?
Yeah, if they listen to our parties, just like our normal parties, we will be banned.
Yeah. There's so many
No,
people. who get
Evan
banned.
definitely would. Evan 100% would be. Like,
What's up, fuckers?
just like instantly get banned.
You have breached the PlayStation code of conduct. Octane be like. Bailey had to report him.
wait,
Bailey
you actually
reported him, and Octane got a message from PlayStation saying you have breached the code of conduct. Do this again, and you will be banned.
What did he say, like?
I don't know. Didn't you like report a swear word that Octane
This is
messaged someone?
getting interesting now.
Or the picture, or like the screenshot.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those two. Bailey's in Gam cheat. Are you like a hog one trick, like how Octane's a Ryan one trick?
You one trick pony.
Don't you need somebody to love?
Eyes open. Come on.
Wait, honestly,
Is he in chat? Is that why you went in game chat? And he was there. And what was he saying?
Mikey, your head yellow.
Hi.
Alex just gets banned from YouTube.
Alex has 10 kids in his basement.
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you ever hear people crying, it's the people clawing down in his basement.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find that's you. You're the one with them.
Shh, we don't talk about that.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
We seriously need to talk about it.
Shh.
Talk about what?
Something.
We don't need to know about the kids in my basement.
Right, Evan? Why is there a kid named Johnny?
I'll be back. Bye-bye.
Bunker Files. How will I be? Oh. Look at this. Bunker Files 2 plus 2 equals 5. Look, did that say 5? Is that a 5?
What a 5?
That. I can tell those two are 2.
Yeah, but 5's not the answer, is it?
No.
Yeah. Now.
Big data manipulation company in order to overthrow governments, and then suddenly all the chickens came home to roost. Nobody could find any receipts for what was paid for. Nobody could figure out how things were done, but everybody had a feeling that something really stunk, and they couldn't figure it out. And yet, it was standing there in their face the whole time. So there's a couple of different ways that we got where it is that we are. I mean, one, you have a lot of smaller organizations, smaller power groups. Companies as well,
Hey.
who are bending things just a little, we'll compromise a little bit, we'll bend the rules a little bit.
She got one. She's got one.
And if you add all of that up, what you end up with is
well, nothing as well as jail.